Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Rodriguez. Yes. And I want to say thank you to all the subscribers out there, guys. Know as a YouTube creator, these channels do not run without subscribers. Yes. So hit that thumbs up and also leave a comment down below if you would like. Today's topic gonna be very simple. Know that you unstoppable. Knowing that you unstoppable in life, you go wherever you want to go in this world, right? But you first got to know that you're unstoppable. And knowing you unstoppable, I'm going to use a few parables and I'm going to get into the message. Okay, say for instance, you're an athlete, you're a point guard, for instance. And, you play in the NBA, you twist your ankle. Man, you're going to build that ankle back up and you getting back out there on that court, right? And that's real. So you told yourself you unstoppable. Because you didn't let that twisted ankle just let you ride the bench and then you give up on basketball, right? Another parable, football player. Yeah, you're a quarterback. You break your arm. You're going to build that arm back up. You get what I'm saying? So you can get back out there and be a quarterback, right? So in life, you got to know you unstoppable. No matter what obstacle is thrown out there for you. You got to know that you're unstoppable. Let's take God for instance. When he was fasting, the devil came to him and asked him, "Hey man, pretty much, hey, turn that stone into bread, man." And in that concept of turning that, he was tempting God. The devil was, and that was a parable right there where God was showing, "Hey, I'm unstoppable." You know what I mean? I ain't got to prove nothing to you right here in this instance. I ain't got to turn this stone into bread. For what? You know what I mean? I'm standing on business. You know what I mean? But the devil didn't like that. Because he know that God was fasting and he wanted to get a result out of God, right? So we got to know in life, no matter what obstacle, what course we got to get on, what maze we got to go through, what move on that chessboard we gotta make. You hear me? We always gonna come to a point where we know, as children of God, that we're unstoppable. Okay? You gotta have that down to your DNA. Like I say, because this is not for the weak-hearted. You got to carry unstoppability. You can't let that stop you in your tracks, man. Emotions, somebody else's feelings, somebody else's opinion. You can't let that stop you in your tracks, of life. You can't. You're unstoppable. And you meant to leave your footprints wherever you go. Like a dog, leave footprint, cat, deer, rabbit, you name it. Anything that's created, you designed on this earth to leave your footprint. You know what I mean? Leave your legacy. Know what God has for you is for you. All right? No matter what life throws your way, God said that God said, no matter what the devil meant for evil, I'm going to turn around for your good. And that's real. It don't get no realer than that. God said, whatever the devil meant for evil, I'm going to turn it around and work it out for your good, right? So, how is that so, Rodriguez? I'm going to tell you how to activate now. If you are a child of God, if you have surrendered, if you have did the work, to rebuild yourself and things of that nature, God's going to work it out for your good, right? Because we can't pimp God. We got to keep that in mind. We can't just say, oh, okay, there's some bad thing happening and I don't know, Lord, and I'm calling on you, but you don't call on God until something bad happens. And you thank God for the turn it around for your good. He's a loving God, but look, God, that's where the people get it misconstrued at like that right there, in life, He's a loving God, and we're loving people, but we don't have to deal with your BS. You get what I'm saying? And that BS, you're going to BS God, man, talking about, now you want to call on me. That's the saying of your prayers not being heard. That's the example, So in life, we got to know that we're unstoppable. And we ain't got to deal with that BS. You know what I mean? You just don't have to. Because God don't want us to be a doormat. You know what I mean? He wants us to be able to be like he was. You know? And going back to that parable, like being like he was when he was tempted by the devil. And the devil told him, hey, man, I know you hungry, man. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Turn that stone into bread, man. No, you been fasting. Show me something. He didn't do it. You know what I mean? Because he was pretty much like, man, I ain't got time for your BS, bro. You know what I mean? You tripping. Basically, if God had to say, I'm about business right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing on that. And so when you go in life, you gotta know you unstoppable. Stand on your business and get to where you trying to get in life. And don't be caught up with the BS. You know what I mean? Let them have that. You know what I mean? But that's how God gonna turn it around for your good. You gotta be in alignment. You know what I mean? It's just like alignment on a car. You know what I'm saying? When it's pull it to the left, pull it to the right. That's what the devil. That's all the enemy, the devil, satanic tactics. That's all they want to do is just keep that balance off. If they keep that balance off, you keep going to the left, you keep going to the right. Now God wants you to go straight and let Him guide your path. That's it. In alignment, and He will turn it around for your good. You're unstoppable. Lock in to the mind setting, and your life will be way better than you can imagine. If you lock into the mind setting, knowing that you're unstoppable, that you will be in a place to where you cannot imagine where God is going to take you. And it get greater and greater and greater as the season goes on, guys. So keep in mind, you're what? Unstoppable. And nobody can stop you, guys. And that's something to be grateful and proud of. And know that you got a Father that has built something within you to know that you can go in this world and operate and know that you're unstoppable, guys. No matter the circumstances, no matter what happens. I mean, no matter what happens, good or bad, you stand unstoppable. Because God has what He has for you guys. And only you. Because He made it for you. Until next time, God bless y'all.